Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your weekly Bitcoin analysis for the week of Monday, February 16th, 2026. This is a long holiday weekend, President's Day weekend, and so I kind of consider Monday an off day, but the market is trading 68,196 last and inside week so far. No big surprise. We're only halfway through the day on Monday. I could backtrack a little bit, but really bottom line is we tested longer term resistance repeatedly back starting in July of last year, ending in October. We fell away and closed back below not only this 5-year channel top, 6-year channel top, but also, more significantly, was the settlement below the rising 3-year channel bottom. This area comes in at 87,282. This former channel bottom is 87,496. Not going to see it this week, but we could potentially see this over the next month, 2 or 3, where Bitcoin can top out through the second quarter and fall away again. Now, we did almost, just about 3 weeks ago, reach our objective on this sell signal that was elicited the week of January 26th. We had at that point in time anticipated this rising long-term channel bottom that is at 58,456 this week. Now, we didn't test it outright, but and I haven't done the percentages, but you can see it was pretty close, probably within 2% or so of 58,456. We've rebounded modestly, and so far, an inside week, 2 weeks in a row. In other words, last week was inside the wild range of the previous week, and so far on Monday we are inside last week's range. But if we're just to look at two key areas that can contain activity on a quarterly basis, possibly annual basis, it is 58,456. This is a channel bottom that goes back to the 2017 high, and so this is about 9 years or so, maybe 8 years or so in the making. It is a base of long-term support. It does line up. It doesn't line up well with these old highs, but you can go to old settlements and such. 58,456 is also backed up by a rising two-thirds speed line projected off that 22 low at 57,177. So this is a zone one can buy aggressively into, whether it's covering a short position that may have been established some weeks earlier below 87,496, or whether you're just outright going long. Because I really see this as kind of the last investment grade, if you will, Bitcoin price support area that could contain selling through the rest of the year. And from here, we can round up over time. If we were to close below 57,177 at the end of this week, which is highly unlikely, but if so, we've got another collapse. I mean, what we've seen here will just continue. And I wouldn't be surprised to see, the 2017 high of 19,285 and that 22 low of 15,484. I wouldn't be surprised to see really kind of the mid to upper 10,000 range within, the timing of this. It could be 3 to 5 months. It could be less. It could be more. But somewhere, obviously, I think you can kind of make that up yourself. We've seen these 1 to 2 month collapses, and that could be a 2 to 3 month collapse into that zone if we were to close below 57,177, but we haven't. And that's a base of support that's even more significant than this former channel bottom at 87,496. And so while it is a battle midterm between 57,177 and 87,496, long-term we're still bullish above 57,177 to 58,456. So this is a solid area. And yes, within months of testing it, we can round back up into the upper 80s and fall away, et cetera, et cetera. But over time, we can even continue on to new highs within a matter of, this is a 22 low, this is a 25 high, this is about a 3-year move. This could be another 3-year move that would ultimately take us to this channel top. That is presently, right now it's in the 130s, but, over the next couple of years, it'll be in the 160s. So there you have it. Let's take a look at the upside. Realistically, we have this old high and low area, 73,791 to 74,412. It can contain weekly buying pressures, and once tested or below which you could say we remain in easy reach 58,456 in the coming weeks. If we do close above 74,412 this week, we've got a good low through March. Within 3 to 5 weeks, I would expect this 87,496 channel bottom where we could top out possibly through the entire second quarter and fall away again. I think that pretty much covers. I could say, well, what if we close above this channel bottom? And yes, we would then anticipate or re-anticipate, if you will, this 122,433, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we will cover that in a future video, certainly. Last thing I'll leave you with is the U.S. dollar index. Big sell signal at the end of January that remains intact, below 98.35, expecting another 10% diminishment in the value of the U.S. dollar over the next, 3 to 5 months or sooner. And what bearing that has on Bitcoin will be interesting, but so far these two are fairly well correlated in activity. I'm going to leave it at that for this week's Bitcoin analysis. You have a great week.